Hey guys, what's up? I'm Santa.
And I'm an elf.
And we are
the Hills Maniacs. Today, because it is the Christmas season, we are going to be talking about our top 5 favorite Christmas movies to watch over the holidays. So, 5 will be our least favorite of our top 5 favorite, just like we did before.
Back in order, yeah.
All right. So we'll go from 5 to 1, with 1 being our favorite. And you took your hat off.
Yes, I did.
Why'd you take your hat off?
I don't know.
You're supposed to be Santa Claus. How can you be Santa Claus without the Santa hat?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Put it back
anyways,
on.
what's your number 5
My
favorite
number 5
Christmas movie?
was, we watched it a couple days ago, the movie Elf with Will Ferrell in it. That's one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. But it also kind of teaches you a lesson, too. Like a sort of life lesson, like keep your childhood alive, you know. And it's okay to be strange.
You gotta have the Christmas spirit to keep that.
And also, it teaches you a lesson.
Christmas
Make
going.
sure all your babies are in
the orphanage
crib. And
when Santa comes to your house. Yeah.
And Santa's a kidnapper. That's another.
That's a good one too.
Sure.
All right, my number 5 favorite movie is Polar Express. It's a good movie, and I do enjoy watching it. I haven't watched it yet this year, but I do like watching it, and it's a unique movie about a kid who takes the train to the North Pole and then finds Santa Claus. It was a unique concept, and so that's kind of why I like that movie.
And there's lots of ice and winter and snow and caribou.
Right, and singing and hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Hot chocolate.
Yep. That's in there too.
Yep.
All right,
number 4.
My next one, I had actually 3 movies all in this one. It's the Santa Claus trilogy with
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen. Yeah, that guy. That guy that nobody knows, Tim Allen.
Right.
Yeah, I love those movies just because it was just interesting because, like, he basically murders Santa Claus by accident and then he has to become Santa Claus. And so it was interesting in that respect, like, and just, I don't know. I just like the movie.
And don't forget about the robotic Santa Claus in the second
number 2.
one.
We don't talk about that one.
Yeah, the robotic Santa Claus.
Yeah.
All right, my number 4 is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
That's a good one.
I like both of them, the original cartoon one and the one with Jim Carrey. I kind of like the one with Jim Carrey more because it's a lot longer of a movie and it's got more like Jim Carrey in it.
And as of this recording, we haven't really seen the Grinch movie yet.
Right, the new one that just came out in theaters.
With Benedict Cumberbatch in it. But
the Jim Carrey one out of the 2, I think, is my favorite. But I do enjoy both of them. And if you haven't seen this movie, then you haven't watched a Christmas movie. Because this is on, like, all the time. You know, it's about the Grinch who literally steals the presents and the Christmas trees because he hates Christmas. And in the end, the power of Christmas overrides everything. And he loves Christmas. And even helps carve the roast beast.
And somehow this takes place inside a snowflake.
Right.
I don't know how. That science.
The entire movie takes place inside a snowflake. Right. Number 3.
I had How the Grinch Stole Christmas. We didn't talk about that yet. Oh. Yeah, that was my number 3. I just like that more than my number 4. So I put it there. But everything he just said, and that's why I like The Grinch as well.
Okay. My number 3 is A Christmas Carol. It's a classic movie. You know, I mean, I've seen pretty much every version that's out there of the movie. They're all the same. It's just different actors and whatever. But it's a good movie about Ebenezer Scrooge, who, again, just like the Grinch, hates Christmas for whatever reason. And in the end ends up liking Christmas because the ghosts of Christmas past, present, and future show him, you know, what Christmas was like before, what it'll be like this year, and then what it'll be like in the future if he doesn't change. And so that's what makes him decide to change and actually become a quote-unquote good guy, if you will.
That's another one of those movies with a good, like, kind of moral to it.
Life
and
lesson,
a good life
type
lesson
of thing.
in it.
Yep.
I like movies like that. I mean,
yeah.
especially
It was a
Christmas
well-written
ones.
movie, too.
Especially Christmas ones.
Yep.
I think it might have been a book too. I don't know if it started as a
Christmas
book.
Carol? Yeah, I think it was a book
It was
first.
probably a book
Yeah.
and then went into a movie. But if you've never seen any version of that, it doesn't really
Right.
matter
Definitely
which one you
check
see.
it
It's
out.
kind of they're all
Yeah.
kind of the same. But
Definitely
okay,
check it out. Number 2,
my number 2 was A Christmas Carol.
quit copying me.
We like the same movies
Quit
apparently.
copying me.
Yeah, so it's the same reasons. Like it's a good life lesson, and it kind of teaches you the meaning of Christmas and to not be so grouchy, I guess, and just to like Christmas and be friendly to everybody around you. That's what the Christmas holiday is kind of all about, you know,
Right,
which is why that movie played well into that, you know.
right. My number 2 is A Christmas Story. The classic that's on every single
24/7 every
year,
year
pretty
on
much.
Christmas Eve.
I mean, we love that movie. We watch it all the time. It's a good movie. Just literally about a kid who all he wants is a BB gun for Christmas, and he does whatever he can to try and get it. He even has, like dreams of him with the BB gun and how he would save his family if they got it for him and everything else. And then it goes through like the process of a kid at Christmas. Where he goes through and opens all the presents and doesn't get the one he wants. So then he's kind of upset, but he's still a little bit grateful for what he got. And then he ends up getting the BB gun.
It's just a classic story. I mean, it's probably one of the best Christmas movies of all time.
And they have a duck.
Which is
instead
why
of
I
turkey.
put A Christmas Story at my number 1, because that's my favorite one. I like to watch that movie, and it brings back, like that, you want something really bad, and
Right,
you go
we've
through
all been
these
there.
scenarios,
Right.
like he's in school, and he says that's what he wants on his, and he keeps picturing everybody saying he'll shoot his eye out, and that kind of adds some comedy to it, like all the different things that happen to him throughout the movie until he finally gets to that point. It's just like,
Right.
it's a good Christmas movie. You should check it
Right.
out if you've never seen it before. If you haven't seen it, you might be living under a rock or something, or a
Right.
giant
I mean, it's
snowball.
on every year, so there's no way you
Christmas
couldn't have at
Eve
least seen
until
part of
Christmas,
it.
24/7. It's on a bunch of channels, I think,
Right.
too.
It's on
They
a
put it
lot.
on there.
Yep.
It's a classic Christmas movie. What'd you have for your number 1?
Number 1 for me, just like with my Halloween one, if you go back and watch that on this channel, I did it by myself because I was at college. I put The Nightmare Before Christmas as number 1 for that because it can be watched for both, and that's the same reason I pick it for number 1. I enjoy this movie, and I do like watching it for Halloween and for Christmas. It's one of the only movies that really you can do that for, and the plot makes sense for both holidays. So that's why I put it at number 1. Over A Christmas Story, yes, I do like both, and they are both really good, but because of that aspect of being able to watch it on 2 separate holidays, that's why it's number 1.
Okay, and then out of all of these, the ones that you said and the ones that I said, which one would you highly recommend for people to check out the most?
All of them. I think all of them, but to check out the most
Yeah.
would probably be A Christmas Story.
Like if you were to tell somebody to check out this movie
A
for
Christmas
whatever
Story.
reason, I say
think
Christmas
just-
Story
just
too.
because it's a
probably
classic.
the best.
Yeah.
Like there's some that are, there's some funny Christmas movies.
Right.
There's
There's some-
even like the old one classics like Rudolph and Frosty
Right.
Snowman and all them. Those are more for the kids, and
And
then
Home
there's
Alone
like
and
a
Home
Christmas,
Alone 2.
a Christmas Story and a Christmas Carol kind of are like
The
for
two
kind of for
classics.
everybody, not
Yep.
just kids. It's like grown-ups
Yep.
too, who have lost their Christmas spirit, basically. you
Yeah,
know.
and then they have
So
to
I'd recommend those two.
regain their,
Yeah.
the liking of Christmas,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever they do, something makes them, want to relive their childhood and Christmas and everything else.
All right. Well, that concludes our video today. Let us know what you guys think. What are some of your favorite holiday classics and Christmas movies that you like to watch? Let us know in the comments section.
Yep,
Be sure
let us
to
know what you thought of our picks for
our
these.
picks as well. And
If there should have been some in the top 5 that we didn't include.
And be sure to also like the video and subscribe if you want more things like this. We're going to be trying different stuff in the new year probably.
Yep.
Just talking about gaming and maybe TV shows and some movies, things like that. So I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If we're not on here again by that time, then take care, everyone, and Happy Holidays.
Merry Christmas.